Like everyone else, these factory workers are caught up in a cycle of production, use, and decay. All over the world, people work as producers. They turn simple materials into a variety. The next stage in the cycle is the consumer, someone who will use the product. In the end, everything decomposes. In the natural world, the production cycle starts with plants. They turn air and water into green leaves, which are consumed by other living things. All animals rely on plants for their survival. Cows turn the plants into other sorts of foods, into meat and milk, and into waste material that gets broken down and used in a new cycle of plant production. All animals are consumers, but some can be harnessed to do a variety of other jobs. Most dogs are domestic animals. We've fitted them into our human lifestyle. What extra jobs might these dogs be fit to do? In any city, there's a variety of jobs to be done. How many different sorts of jobs are there, and how do they fit in? For the community to run smoothly, all the jobs have to fit together, like a jigsaw. It's the same in the natural world. Everything has a place and a purpose. It has its niche in the community. Wherever you look, you'll find complete cycles of life. Plants are producers, but what other jobs do they do? The bird's a consumer, but what does it do to help the plant? This is a fungus. It's a decomposer. Like mushrooms and toadstools, it helps to break down dead plant material and put goodness back into the soil. Remember, animals are consumers. What do they give back to the community? And what happens if there's competition for a single niche? Living things come in a variety of shapes and sizes. Shire horses are a good shape for pulling beer, but they wouldn't be much good at diving. What sports do you think these people are in good shape for? What's the difference between a sumo wrestler and a marathon runner? How else do humans vary? Try to think what they have in common. Everybody has reflexes. Bash a knee and the foot kicks. Eyes come in different colours. But they always respond to a bright light. Can you roll up your tongue like this? Some people can do it, and some can't. You can't learn to do it, so what decides who can do it and who can't? These scientists are setting out to look at the variation in one type of plant, the daisy. What they need is a random sample. What sort of things would you be looking for?
Sheila got the longest thing there. Sheila got 8.3 centimetres. Gavin 5.5 centimetres. What? 5.5.
This one's 5 cent. The short one's 5 centimetres, and the long one's 8 centimetres.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's the advantage of being a short daisy? How can variety help daisies to survive? People think wasps are a nuisance. They go to extraordinary lengths to get rid of them. And the only way to do it is to kill the whole community. The wasps, do they think people are pests? The community of wasps is wiped out. It hasn't survived. What do we mean by survival? Survival means making sure there's a next generation, someone to follow in your footsteps. As long as one pair grow up and produce tadpoles of their own, frogs will survive in this pond Young human beings live in a bigger pond. What hazards might you face before you reach the next generation? What can you do to be safe on the road? You need safety equipment for all sorts of activities, and you have to learn how to deal with dangers. Sometimes humans in canoes are like ducks out of water. These ducklings are only 2 days old. But if they're to survive, the first thing they'll have to do is jump for their lives. What hazards will they face now they're in the water? How many are likely to grow up and have their own? And is it any safer to stay up the tree? What problems might there be if all of a new generation grew up to be adults? Some animals love to be the center of attention. But not if it's because they face the threat of extinction. If they get fewer and fewer, they might die out altogether. Dinosaurs died out millions of years ago. What might have made them extinct? Some people think they froze to death. Another theory puts the blame on a natural disaster. How likely do you think this theory is? Can you think of any other theories? And what evidence might help choose between them? What sorts of animals make good survivors? Why is there such an enormous variety of different shapes and forms? One answer is that whatever hazards they face, under the water or over the fire, something will survive. Some people think that beetles will be the best survivors, or small things like ants. There's a huge variety of different ants, and they might be good survivors because different sorts of ants depend on different things. These ants rely on leaves. They even carry them round on their backs. What do we need to survive? What are the basic necessities of human life? People need fuel. And they need enough to eat and drink. Are the basic necessities any different for people who live in the city? Human beings are adaptable. They can get from place to place, and they can live in all sorts of different environments. But we're just one of a huge variety of living things. Where do we fit in the global jigsaw of life? And what might survival